Alright, so this is Patrick again. Just shooting a video here. This is about a week since my last video. Well, 6 days. I did it Monday night, and this is Sunday night. But yeah, I got some spare time now, and there's nobody home, so why not shoot a video with no distractions, huh? So yeah, this is my 25 again, as you can see. Just a quick update there. My hygrophila to the left has taken off. It's crazy. I mean, I bought it as probably, it was about 8 stems at the store, and now I mean it's just, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Around 12 stems are now I've created. It's just, it's a crazy plant. I think I've got a feeling that it's going to be a problem eventually. It's just going to grow too fast for my liking, and considerable for the amount of light. I mean, I don't think I've got that high of light. It looks like it in the camera, but really it's only 2 small CFL bulbs in my incandescent hood, 15 watt each. They're rated for I think they're 40 watt equivalents, and they draw 9 watts each, I believe. So yeah, they use less energy, but they produce quite a very nice light. Before they had the standard incandescent tube lights. I'm not sure if I've got one kicking around here. Yeah, I do. These here, I mean, they did the job. They lit up the tank, but it's just, it doesn't compare. It's I mean, it's just, as they say, chalk and cheese. It's just totally different. Such a better light. But yeah, so that plant is after taking off, especially since I added the do-it-yourself CO2. And by the way, it has not affected my fish, not one bit. They have all been just equally as active. They've been eating normally, and so on. Their just behavior is normal. So I haven't seen any change in my fish's behavior since the addition of the CO2. I've just seen my plants blow up like crazy. So long as the bubbles aren't coming at too fast of a rate, I think it's perfect. And I don't think my diffusion rate is 100%, because there's a space there between the water and where it hits, between the filter and the water. I mean you've got a bit of a space there, so it's, some of the CO2 is going to dissipate into the the atmosphere anyway, so you're not getting 100%, so it's not going to be a big change to the fish. And still in all, I've still got plenty of aeration between. I mean, I've brought the water level as high as I can get it, and there's still a space there between the hang on the back filter there and the surface of the water, so it's getting pretty decent aeration, and you can see there's plenty of oxygen bubbles in the tank. I mean, you can see them throughout. So the fish are happy. The plants are happy. I'm pretty impressed. This is my first planted tank, and I've got to say, I mean, this stuff it's not that hard. I've actually got an order submitted now for plants from aquabid.com, Canadian seller there. I'm not going to release the name, but they're a pretty common seller, and they seem like they're a pretty good person to deal with. So I'm going to see how it goes. They should be in a week and a half. The person's just waiting on their plants to set in a bit better, so they can send me better quantities of the plant. And there goes my cell phone, sorry. And yeah, so I should have 5 new plants on the way by, say, Wednesday of next week. So that should be pretty exciting. I'll get those 2 fake plants in the middle there. I've got quite the list. I'm pretty excited. I've been told and I've read that these are pretty, decent low light plants. Like I've got the paper here. Rotella indica, Rotella SP, Jensen, or I can't pronounce any of these. Bacopa australis, Wisteria, and Pelea, whatever. So those are the 5 I got coming. Pretty much it's 4 stem plants and a Pelea moss. So it's they're all going to be small portions. They're not going to be as big as these that I've got locally. I think I got a pretty good deal on these. I mean, $6.99 for each plant, which was pretty good deal. I mean, considering the size of them, they contained like at least like 8 stems each plant, so it was pretty good. So yeah, 5 plants on the way. Pretty pumped. So hopefully they're all low light plants, low maintenance plants. They range from like medium to fast growth, and the moss is a bit of a slow growth. So they're not going to be blowing up like crazy in my tank, but I am really hoping that that they do well. So I'm going to disperse those throughout, and I'm trying to get like a planted jungle theme going on here. I really like the look of like just a loaded plant tank, with plenty of hiding spaces for the fish. I just think it looks really cool, and it looks really fun for the fish. Yeah, so pretty pumped about that. And also I'm thinking about getting an Amazon sword there as like a centerpiece plant there in the back, between around there. Hoping to get a decent sized one locally. I've yet to find any decent ones online. There's a couple, but they're just too pricey for my liking. Fully grown ones, I mean, go from like 10 to 20 bucks. And I don't mind watching the plants grow a bit. That doesn't bother me. So I'm gonna take a look probably next week or so locally and see if I can find any at any pet stores. And I say a week because the closest pet store to me is like an hour and 20 away. So it's just not like a Sunday drive. It's not just like a quick errand. I mean, it's quite the drive for me. It's a full day trip. So for me just to go to get plants, it's got to be a full day thing. I've got 5 plants on the way, so I'm not really worried about making the special trip into the city to get plants. So I'm just gonna hold off, see how those plants fare out when they get here. I got a feeling it's gonna be a bit tough to get them up and running since they've been in the mail for a couple days. Hopefully it's only gonna take 2 days to ship them, so we'll see how it goes. And yeah, so hopefully now I can get the plants up and running, and that'll be cool. They won't be here by next week's update, but the update after that, they should be in the tank ready to go. So I'm pretty pumped for that. Yeah, so this is my 25. Not much going on. All the fish doing perfect. Got some my corridors. I'm really happy about those guys. They just did not seem satisfied in the gravel tank. They're just never stopped, and now they like to chill out on sand, and they just love it. And they especially love the plants because the algae builds up now on the plant leaves, and they just gobble that up, which is perfect. Keeps the plants healthy and keeps my hands out of the tank. As much as I can, less maintenance, the better. The more the tank thrives by itself, the better. But really, this tank hasn't been any maintenance for me. I mean, it's just perfect. Filters are doing perfect. I think 2 weeks time now I'm going to switch out my filter media to I'm going to take out the biocarb or whatever, with the carbon and the ammonia remover, because carbon after a while, if you didn't know, if you leave it in your filter too long, it kind of turns to like goo, and it's just it becomes toxic to the fish after a while. And I'm after removing it now from my 10 and my 20, and pretty much just the bacteria. I'll let the bacteria do the job now. I mean, carbon's main job is to remove any chemicals, any impurities from the water, and my local water is pretty good quality. pH is fine, and it's not too high in any type of chemical. So yeah, that's another thing. But yeah, I mean, this is just a shot of my plant, Hygrophila. So there it is, really nice and green. Pretty excited. My Kabamba over here. So, and I've also move over here. These are 2 pieces, that I showed last time that I cut off. They're after growing about 2 inches since the last video, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'll update next week to show any growth, hopefully. Let's see if this will touch the top of the water by the time next week rolls around. We'll see. So hopefully next week, some progress, and then the week after that we'll see some new plants. Alright, thanks.